Hey everyone, welcome to our deep dive today.
Yeah.
We are talking about something that's been kind of blowing up recently.
Mm.
The rise of the Chief Product Officer, or CPO as they are known.
Yes, CPOs.
And to help us unpack all of this, we're going to be looking at the 2024 CPO Insights Report.
Byproducts that count.
Exactly.
That'll eat.
And I think we're going to find some really interesting stuff in here.
Yeah, it's a good one for sure.
So for people who might not be super familiar with this whole world,
Right.
what exactly does a CPO do?
So basically, a CPO is the person who is ultimately responsible for all things product at a company.
Okay.
So that means everything from, coming up with the initial product strategy
Right.
to overseeing the actual development process to making sure that the products are meeting the needs of customers and are actually,
Making money.
successful in the market. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, they're really the ones who are kind of steering the ship
Yeah.
when it comes to a company's products.
And we've seen this role becoming more and more prominent
Oh, absolutely.
in just about every industry.
Yeah, and the report actually has some really interesting stats on that.
Oh, yeah. Let's hear it.
So get this, in just the past 3 years, the number of CPOs at Fortune 1000 companies has increased tenfold.
10 times.
10 times. That's crazy, right?
That is a lot. Yeah.
It really shows you how much things have changed. Like
Yeah.
product development. It used to be just one department, among many.
Right, right.
But now it's like this core part of a company's overall strategy.
It's like companies are finally realizing that if you don't have amazing products,
Yeah.
products that people actually love and want to use,
Yeah.
you're kind of dead in the water.
You're not going to make it. Yeah, you're right.
And the report shows that companies with CPOs are actually doing better
Oh, yeah.
than the market overall.
Outperforming the market for sure.
So it's not just talk, it's actually translating into real results.
Yeah. And there's a reason for that. CPOs, they have this unique position. They understand the technology side of things, of course, but they also get the business side.
Yeah, that's huge.
And that's crucial.
You need both.
Absolutely. Got to have both.
And it's not just about, understanding the tech, it's also about understanding the customer.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
It's about being able to connect those two worlds.
Yeah.
Like what's possible with technology
Right.
and what people actually want and need.
Yeah. It's like that perfect bridge
Exactly.
between the two.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
And the report even mentions a study, I think it was by a finance professor at Arizona State University.
Oh, yeah. Hendrik Bessenbinder.
Yeah.
His work is fascinating.
So that study found that only a small percentage of companies
Like a tiny percentage.
create most of the wealth in the market.
Right. The vast majority of publicly traded firms don't actually create much wealth for investors.
Wow.
But there's this small group that just absolutely crushes it. And the report's argument is that CPOs might be the key to helping more companies join that elite group.
Interesting. So you're saying that CPOs aren't just making cool products.
Yeah.
They're actually making companies way more successful overall.
Exactly. They're having a direct impact on the bottom line.
That's wild. And I think this is where things get even more interesting.
Oh,
Because the report also found a strong connection
a very strong connection.
between CPOs and AI.
Absolutely.
Everyone's talking about AI these days.
It's a hot topic right now.
But what does it actually mean for companies and products?
That's the million-dollar question.
Right.
Well, CPOs are on the front lines of figuring that out.
Okay.
They're using AI to drive revenue in the short term.
Makes sense.
But they're also thinking about how AI is going to completely change the game
Down the line.
in the long term.
So they're not just trying to make things a little bit better.
Nope.
They're trying to disrupt entire industries.
Disrupt or even create entirely new industries.
Wow. So can you give us some concrete examples of how CPOs are using AI in different industries?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, for example, in healthcare,
Okay.
CPOs are using AI to develop personalized treatment plans,
Wow.
which could be huge for helping people get better faster and more effectively.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Right. And then you look at fintech,
Okay.
AI is being used to manage risk and prevent fraud, which makes everything in finance more secure and efficient.
So they're not just thinking about the tech itself. They're thinking about how to use AI to solve real-world problems.
Exactly. They're focused on the impact.
That's really cool. And I imagine as AI keeps evolving.
No, it's only going to get bigger.
Yeah.
The CPO's role is only going to become more important.
For sure.
They'll be the ones guiding us on how to use AI ethically and effectively.
Yeah, that's a huge responsibility.
It is, but they're up for the challenge.
And speaking of career paths, this one blew my mind. The report says that 20% of top CPOs were actually promoted to president or CEO.
Yeah, within a year.
within a year.
It's a crazy fast track.
That is insane.
It really shows you how much value these folks are bringing to their companies.
Yeah, and it tells you that they're not just product people.
Right.
They're business leaders.
Exactly.
So I'm curious, are we saying that the CEO of the future is a product person?
You know, it's a real possibility.
Hmm.
Think about it in a world where customer experience and product innovation are everything.
Yeah.
Who better to lead a company than someone who lives and breathes that stuff?
That makes a lot of sense.
It does, right?
And this actually leads to another really important point that the report highlights.
Okay.
The diversity that we're seeing in the CPO role.
Yeah, this is one of the most encouraging trends.
Yeah, for sure.
Wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. So 30% of the top CPOs in the report are women.
Which is double what it was last year.
Double.
Incredible, right?
And another 30% don't even have a graduate degree.
Yeah, it really challenges that old idea of what it takes to get to the top.
Yeah, like you don't need to come from a specific background
Yeah.
or have a fancy degree. It's more about your talent and drive.
Exactly. And the report actually calls product development the great equalizer.
I love that.
It's a perfect way to put it.
Yeah, because it really doesn't matter where you came from.
Nope.
If you're passionate about creating great products, the path to the top is wide open.
Absolutely. It's a really exciting time to be in the world of product development.
Yeah, and the rise of the CPO shows us just how important product leadership is
Sure.
to shaping the future of business.
It's the future.
So we've seen how CPOs are using AI leading companies to success,
Yeah.
even becoming CEOs.
Pretty impressive.
But how are they actually doing all of this?
Oh, that's the good stuff.
Right.
The report actually breaks down their strategies, and we're going to unpack that next.
Can't wait.
Should be fun.
Let's do it.
So we've seen like all these amazing things CPOs are doing,
Right. They're kind of killing it.
Yeah, totally. But like, how are they actually achieving these results?
Wait, like what's the secret sauce?
Yeah, what's the magic formula?
Well, the report actually digs into that a little bit.
Okay.
And it turns out there are a few key areas where CPOs are really excelling.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
all ears.
One that I found super interesting is their approach to mergers and acquisitions.
M&A.
Yeah, M&A.
Okay, so traditionally M&A, that's been seen as kind of a sign of where a company is headed strategically.
Right, like they're trying to fill in gaps in their portfolio or whatever.
Exactly. But this report suggests that CPOs are actually kind of flipping the script on that.
Oh, really? How so?
Well, they're using M&A in a much more strategic way.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about, grabbing new products or technologies.
Right.
They're looking for very specific pieces
Okay.
that fit into their overall product strategy.
Gotcha.
So instead of letting M&A lead the way, they're letting their product vision guide their M&A decisions.
So it's less about chasing the next big thing.
Right.
And more about finding those missing pieces
Exactly.
that'll help them achieve their long-term product goal.
We got it.
That's pretty smart.
It is, and this approach is proving to be much more effective.
Okay.
Instead of rushing into acquisitions that might not align with their core strategy.
Right. You don't want to just jump on the bandwagon.
Exactly. You got to be strategic about it.
Yeah.
So they're taking a more measured approach.
Makes sense.
They want to make sure that any M&A activity actually strengthens their overall product portfolio
Uh-huh.
and gives them a competitive edge.
So it's like they're playing chess,
I like that.
thinking several moves ahead,
Yeah,
and making strategic acquisitions.
Right.
That'll ultimately lead to checkmate.
that's a great analogy.
And this strategic thinking, it goes beyond just M&A.
Oh, absolutely.
It also affects how CPOs allocate resources.
For sure, especially when it comes to their workforce.
Right. The report mentioned a shift from focusing on simply adding headcount
Yeah.
to investing more in technology and tools.
Exactly. CPOs are realizing that in today's world, just hiring more people isn't always the best solution.
Right.
They're prioritizing investments in tools and technologies
Okay.
that can actually help their existing teams work smarter, not harder.
So it's not about having the biggest team.
Nope.
It's about having the right tools.
And the right people.
And the right people.
Working more efficiently.
Yeah, and this focus on efficiency, it's reflected in the emergence of new KPIs.
Key performance indicators.
Exactly, like revenue per employee,
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
which makes total sense.
It does.
If you can achieve more with a leaner team
Right.
by using technology effectively,
Absolutely.
that's a huge win for any company.
Huge win.
And this data-driven approach, it probably contributes to that stat we talked about earlier,
Oh, yeah.
where 70% of CPOs are managing a P&L.
Profit and loss statement.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
So for folks who might not be familiar with that term,
Right.
a P&L is basically a snapshot of a company's financial performance.
Over a specific period of time.
Right. So by focusing on metrics
Uh-huh.
that directly impact the bottom line,
Yeah.
CPOs are showing that they understand the financial implications of their decisions.
Yeah, they're not just product people.
Right.
They're business leaders.
Who can balance innovation with financial responsibility.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
And I imagine that makes them incredibly valuable to CEOs and boards of directors.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially these days.
Yeah.
When companies are looking for ways to, streamline their operations and
Yeah.
get the most out of their investments.
A CPO who can deliver both innovative products and strong financial performance.
Yeah.
That's a highly sought-after asset.
For sure. And it's not just about short-term gains either.
Nope.
The report also points out that CPOs are playing a key role in shaping the long-term vision of their companies.
Absolutely. They're thinking about the future.
Yeah, they're not just reacting to trends.
Well,
They're actively shaping them.
Exactly. They're looking ahead,
Uh-huh.
anticipating future trends.
Especially when it comes to AI and emerging technologies.
For sure, they're the ones on the cutting edge.
It's like they're the architects of the future,
I love that.
building the foundation for their companies to thrive in a world that's constantly changing.
And they're doing it with a deep understanding of what their customers need and want.
Right. They're not just making cool tech for the sake of it.
Nope.
They're making sure their products are relevant and valuable.
Exactly. And that brings us back to that idea of product development as the great equalizer.
I love that phrase.
It's a good one, right?
Yeah, because it's not about your background or your education.
Nope.
It's about your ability to connect with people,
Understand their problems.
understand their problem.
Create products that truly resonate.
And the report shows that CPOs are doing this incredibly well.
They are.
They're driving product innovation, business growth, diversity,
Yeah.
even making a positive impact on society.
It's pretty impressive stuff.
It is. It's exciting to see how this trend is changing the business landscape,
Yeah, for sure.
creating a more dynamic, innovative, and inclusive environment
Absolutely.
where product leadership is taking center stage.
It's a great time to be in the product world.
So what does all of this mean for someone who might be interested in a career in product development? Or, maybe even dreams of becoming a CPO someday?
That's a great question. And I think the report actually has some really valuable insights for anyone interested in this path.
So we've talked about, all the awesome things that CPOs are doing.
Yeah, they're really shaking things up.
But let's get practical here for a second.
Yeah.
What can someone who is actually interested in this career path, what can they learn from all of this?
Well, the report offers some really great advice for aspiring product leaders.
Okay, I'm listening.
One of the biggest takeaways is that you need to constantly be learning and upgrading your skills.
Makes sense. The tech world's always changing, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can't just rest on what you already know. You got to stay ahead of the curve.
So it's not enough to just be good at what you do today.
Nope. Yeah.
You've got to be a lifelong learner if you want to stay relevant.
And that goes for everyone in product development, not just aspiring CPOs.
Yeah.
Whether you're a product manager, a designer, an engineer, a marketer,
Right.
that commitment to lifelong learning,
Right.
it's essential.
And it's interesting because the report actually points out that a good chunk of CPOs
Yeah.
have less than a decade of experience in product management.
That's right. It's not always about how long you've been in the game.
Okay.
It's more about proving that you can learn, quickly adapt to new challenges, and deliver results.
So it's really about your passion,
Right.
your drive,
Yeah.
your willingness to embrace new ideas.
Exactly. And this ties into another important point.
Okay.
The need for diverse perspectives in product development.
Yeah, we touched on that earlier.
Right. CPOs are coming from all sorts of backgrounds, not just tech.
Right. And that's a good thing.
It is. This diversity of thought is so valuable.
I agree.
It brings fresh ideas, it challenges assumptions,
Yeah.
and it ultimately leads to better products.
More innovative and inclusive products. So if you're thinking about a career in product development,
Yeah.
don't be afraid to embrace your unique background.
Your diverse perspective could be your greatest asset.
And the report encourages aspiring product leaders to collaborate with people from different fields.
Yeah, cross-pollination of ideas, that's where the magic happens.
Because the best products come from teams where everyone brings something different to the table.
You got it.
And this collaborative spirit, it's something that CPOs are great at fostering.
They are. They're not just barking orders.
Yeah.
They're creating environments where everyone feels comfortable sharing their ideas.
So it's not just about having the right skills and knowledge.
Yeah.
It's about having the right attitude.
The right approach.
Yeah.
You're spot on.
Being a successful product leader, it's as much about people skills as it is about technical expertise.
For sure.
It's about building relationships, communicating effectively, and inspiring others to do their best work.
And having that genuine passion for creating products that solve problems and make a positive impact.
That's the heart of it. And you can really feel that passion in this report.
Oh, yeah, it's contagious.
It's inspiring. It makes you want to jump in and be a part of it,
I know what you mean.
to contribute to this wave of innovation.
It's an exciting time to be in the product world.
And I think that's the ultimate message here.
Okay.
The future of business, it's product-driven.
It is.
And the opportunities for people who are passionate about product development,
Yeah.
they're limitless.
Absolutely limitless.
So if you're someone who loves solving problems, thrives on creativity and innovation, and you're excited about the possibilities of technology,
yeah,
then a career in product development might be calling your name.
you just might be
And hey, maybe someday you'll be leading the charge as a CPO.
shaping the future.
Yeah, shaping the future of your industry and making a real difference in the world.
It's an incredible thought.
The rise of the CPO, it's more than just a trend.
It's a movement.
It's a sign of a fundamental shift in how we think about business leadership and success. It's a shift towards a more customer-centric, innovative, and inclusive future.
A future that we can all be a part of.
And as this report so clearly shows, that future is bright.
It is.
And it's being shaped by a new generation of product leaders who are passionate-driven and ready to make their mark.
They are the ones to watch.
So as you go about your day, think about the products you use, the companies you admire, and the problems you wish someone would solve.
Yeah.
Because maybe, just maybe, the next great product leader is listening right now.
Inspired to take their own deep dive.
Into the world of product development.
That's what we like to hear.
That's it for our deep dive today.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
We'll catch you next time.